Welcome back to our podcast, Redeemed. We're still working through Isaiah. It's a rather big book. Really big book. And it's one of those that doesn't have a lot of happy endings.
No.
I mean, it's got one happy ending, but you got to get through a lot of judgment.
I was going to say, not a lot of happy endings for people in these big old cities that he was sent to.
Yeah, and
countries, cities.
And he was rolling. I mean, if you look through these pages, as you look through these chapters, here's a prophecy against Arabia, Edom, Jerusalem, Egypt, Cush, Babylon, back to Cush again, Egypt again.
Babylon actually got two separate chapters.
Yeah, they did, and they're big chapters. Yeah. Prophecy against Damascus. Well, that was a big chapter there. The Philistines, Moab. I mean, like I said, he's
everybody.
going.
And then you get to 24, and it's the Lord's devastation of the earth.
Devastation of the earth.
Literally everybody.
Anybody that I missed.
Yeah. This one's for you.
Yeah. And I think ultimately here is that, especially, and I put it in the frame of our nation. At some point, there's only so much that God is going to take, and then there's a judgment that is coming. And that's not just on a country; that's on a whole. Like I said,
devastation of the earth.
It says here, devastation of the earth. Yeah. Everybody is going to be held accountable for what they do.
It's a fact.
And at some point, the Lord is going to, because I understand that, one of the things we do is we preach and we talk about a lot about the love and the mercy of God. And a lot of times the justice part of his character gets kind of pushed to the side. It shouldn't, because if you're reading throughout the Bible, on many accounts, it shows this justice side of God that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And usually he cleans house. I mean, that's usually what happens.
Yeah,
the consequences are pretty severe, especially if you're following the Israelites throughout the Old Testament. I mean, he did. He used snakes to bite them. He opened up the earth, dropped them in that. I mean,
nobody can say he doesn't have creativity.
Judgment was real, and I think in some ways though that made God more real to the Israelites at that point in time. Because he was very active. He was right there. It wasn't something, this judgment that was coming. He was taking care of business right then and there. As things progress, though, the judgment and stuff's a little more spread out. And like I said, the main theme of Isaiah is that there's just judgment coming. And that was the job that Isaiah had, was to share this message. And I think we as Christians need to take it as a warning as well. I understand that there's a lot of things in our world that we can't stop or control. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But we are still going to be held accountable for our actions.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And if we're not careful, we're just speeding this process along instead of trying to help slow it down.
Right.
And what I mean, I don't think that we're ever going to be able to stop it completely. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because at some point, the scales, if you will, they get too far this way. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because once you reach that tipping point, it's hard to go back the other direction. And so I believe that the judgment is coming, and I'm not sure it's something that we can escape. And I think it's something that we as Christians need to be prepared for, and we need to be doing everything we can to understand that when that time comes, there's going to be opportunities for us to witness in ways that are
a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Now the deal is that we don't know exactly when this is going to happen. We just know that at some point it is going to, because even if you're looking here in Isaiah, and it's talking about the Lord's devastation of the earth. Here, you can flip all the way to the end of the Bible and look at Revelations and the things that are going to transpire. Mm-hmm. And so you can kind of match the two up a little bit, and you kind of see how this final judgment is going to come. And we just need to be prepared for it.
I know how the story ends.
Mm-hmm. Now, with all that judgment, yes, there is a judgment. There is these things that are going to happen. In the end, though, the Lord is coming back, and it's going to set everything right. And that's what we're hanging. That's what we're hanging on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're hanging on to.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's the Lord's coming back. Otherwise, what's the point of anything we're doing here?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. But I just want to touch on the fact that I think that sometimes we get so busy with our everyday lives that we forget that what we really should be working for and looking and working towards, and that is trying to slow it down as much as we can. This judgment that is coming, trying to witness to as many people as we can, and we do that by, like what I talked about last Sunday, and that was producing those good fruits in your life, because you want to produce those things. It tried to dive. No, it tried to dive backwards.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know.
Choose life, microphone. Choose life. So, and if we're not producing those good fruits in our life, then there's nothing in our lives that's going to draw people to Christ. And that's what we need to be about. It's because there is going to be a judgment, and we have to understand it's not just going to be the sinful people, it's going to be everybody. Yep. And we need to be doing our best to try to draw as many people to Christ as we can. Like I said, there's not a huge amount of happiness in Isaiah, but there is some reality there of what we are going to have to face at some point.
You can't accuse him of not getting the message across.
And at some point, we have to understand that the patience of the Lord is just amazing throughout this too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is waiting till the very last moment to pass his judgment.
Yep.
You know, he's trying to get as many people to come back to him before it happens. But at some point, though, he has to be.
Right.
If he lets it go, then he's not God. You know.
Yep.
Because justice is one of his qualities, and so therefore, if there's no justice, then there is no God. So it's coming, whether we like it or not. And the question is what do we do in the meantime to try to prepare for it?
Thanks.
Like I said, really happy podcast. Judgment's coming.
Have a great day.
Have a great rest of your week.
Build your
Judgment
bunker,
is on its way.
Build your bunker, stock it with food. It's coming. No, okay. Just be about sharing the word with other people. Let those fruits in your life grow so that people will see a difference and want to know Him. Y'all guys have a good rest of your week. Talk to you next time.